Safe Work Practices, WHS Induction Training. Induction training is given to an individual or group when they start work at a new workplace or organization. The purpose of induction training is to introduce these new employees to the workplace environment, highlighting areas of safety and covering relevant policies, practices, and procedures that will aid the workers in their new job position. Essentially, it gives new employees the information they need to know in order to ensure they are safe in their new working environment. So it really is all about you starting work at a new place. Okay, you're new to the new place, so you don't really know where anything is or how the work goes about in that specific environment. Well, this in WHS induction training is catered towards that. It's welcoming you to the workplace. It'll provide videos and resources that'll be shown to you and given to you in order to make you confident and obviously understand the workplace and its runnings a bit better and essentially how to be safe in that environment. So, what things might be gone over in WHS induction training? Well, it could be a variety of things. It could be emergency procedures, what to do in the case that there is a fire in the building. Where are the exits? What does the alarm sound like? Okay, it could be things like first aid. Where is the first aid equipment? Who might you refer to? All right, so it goes through a whole variety of different things when an emergency takes place, hopefully, so that the new employee will not do when that happens. We'll go over things such as manual handling. What is the heavy equipment in the workplace? What things do you need to be aware of when lifting them or moving them between places? What equipment is available for moving these heavy equipments and how do you need to use them? What aren't you allowed to use to move them? Okay, so that's in relation to manual handling. What's the electrical safety? Okay, what points might be dangerous for employees to be near? Okay, what equipment may need to wear to be safe with that? How should you go about? What procedures are in place to minimize the electrical dangers when working on specific equipment? Next is hazardous substances. Where are they kept? How do they need to be stored? At what temperature do they need to be stored? When using them, what equipment needs to be worn in order to protect the employee's body? And with saying that, moving to our last one, that of personal protective equipment. What is the uniform worn at the workplace? And if there isn't a uniform, then what other PPE is worn when working on specific operations? Your gloves, your headgear, your goggles, masks, okay, or hazmat suits, or anything you need to wear on your body, all falling under PPE. What's the specific PPE we need to wear when doing specific tasks? So, essentially, training may also go over the specific documentation, such as legislation or relevant codes of practices, in order for new employees to know their responsibilities and legal expectations. Okay, so we need to obviously highlight legislation because if the employee doesn't follow that, they're essentially breaking the law. Okay, but also those codes of practices which kind of explain the best practice in certain environments. And if employees aren't following that, it could lead them once again breaking the law, but some things as well just might get them fired from their job because they're deemed too unsafe. Eh, Under the Work Health and Safety Act 2011, WHS induction training is a legal requirement placed on PCBUs. So it must happen when a new employee starts, they are entitled to receive induction training before they can commence work. Okay, this is so they're introduced to the specific hazards and risks that exist within the new workplace environment so that when they commence work, they have all the safety knowledge they need in order to start work safely. So I hope this video has given you an understanding of the purpose of WHS induction training, how it introduces new workers within the workplace to the risks and hazards of that workplaces and the safety procedures that have been set up in order to support them so that when they do start working at the workplace, they can be confident that they're going to do the right thing and they're going to be safe within that working environment.